Michelle Wilson with Western Plains Realty, and today I'm with cruise planners out of the Johnstown, Milliken area. So we have Todd, Sonee, Crystal, and Cliff. So tell me a little bit, first of all, how did you guys kind of gather together for your business?
How did we gather together? Cliff and Crystal called us. They moved up into the Johnstown area. We had already been here and been established, and they're young in the business, and they're both military, and we're military.
Yes, and thank you all for your service. We appreciate you very much.
You're welcome. And they're like, hey, we're moving up here, and we'd like to join up. And our company, Cruise Planners, is very much about working together. And so we're like, yeah, let's get together. Let's have some dinner, and let's figure out how we can work together in this. You know, we're going to be in the same town. We obviously know different people, so our business sphere will be different as well. Sure. And let's build this together. And, you know, what can we do to help them come along as well in their business? Because there's more than enough business, you know, within the community and within Colorado itself for everybody to be happy. It's a fun business, so why not have fun doing it together and building each other along the way?
Absolutely. So how long have you guys been doing the cruise planners? How long have you?
We have been, we've owned a cruise planners franchise for about 1.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yep. And so you're about right behind them.
6 months.
Okay.
6 months.
Awesome.
6
So
months.
Tell me a little bit more about what it is exactly that you do for folks.
Well, we're a full-service travel agency, so we do land and cruise, and so we can do everything from just rent a car to a luxury vacation anywhere in the world.
Wonderful. So it's not just cruises.
Not just
you
cruises.
Can do all kinds.
That's right.
So I know a big misconception that folks have is that they pay you for the service, but that's not correct.
No, that's not correct.
All of our services are provided at no cost to our customers. So for a customer to reach out and contact us is a free consultation, and our planning services to them are at no charge.
Wonderful, wonderful. So that, you know, in essence, on the other side is how you guys are compensated, but that has nothing, you know, the consumer themselves don't have to put any additional money. They go directly through you, and you take care of, do you take care of flights and
we do. We'll
all
plan
the tickets,
everything from them leaving their house to enjoying their vacation to getting back home. And just to kind of add on to, you know, the cost factor for the customer, most people will also think that the prices are then inflated through the vendors or through the cruise lines to compensate for paying us. And in fact, that's not the case. Usually we can offer some of the best, if not very competitive pricing without any of that inflation to the customers.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I'm going to have to chat with you guys anyway off camera because we would like to do some things family-wise, but I tell you the stress of trying to organize a family of 5 and all the other families, so we appreciate you very, very much. Yes. So what brought you especially into this particular business? Why did you decide to run with planning?
Oh, with buying a travel agency?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I bought the travel agency 1.5 years ago, and little funny stories that tricked her into it. We laugh about it now. We didn't laugh about it then.
We got a little giggle. That's kind
of we didn't get a giggle then. But I saw an opportunity to travel and to help other people travel. I'm 20 years retired military. I grew up military, so I've been around the world. I've been on every continent, been in every major body of water, and so the opportunity to help other people with that. I'm trying to.
You just have the knowledge and the sense of how to get there and back and
exactly.
Easily.
And it just looked like a good opportunity and fun. I was a real estate agent for a while. That was not as much fun as this is. I'm not going to lie to you. So, but I also saw an opportunity that we could work together and something that we could do together. And I know that she wanted to travel. Sonee wanted to travel as well. And I saw a company that really invested in the people that bought the franchises and really invested in its franchisees and believed wholeheartedly in military and first responders, which also is dear to my heart.
Absolutely.
And so when I saw that and I researched it, it was just kind of a no-brainer for me, which is great for me being a no-brainer. Because in our operation, if anyone's ever seen the Pinky and the Brain cartoon, she is the brains,
yes.
and I am the Pinky. Snarf. So I do that all the time, and that's the truth. So, and it's worked out really well for us.
That's wonderful.
And it's just fun, and they can tell their story, and then of course she's loved it.
Yeah.
After the little giggle, now you love it, right?
Yeah, I really like
Yes.
finding things for people that's perfect for them, and I just think it's fun. It's like a puzzle. I like puzzles.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So how about you?
Well, I seeked out the company looking for several different franchise opportunities. I myself, like Todd, retired from the military. We've been all around the world as well. Not in every body of water. We were in the Army.
And we're not going to get into
but we
that
were on
right now.
land.
we do love to travel as well, and so this was an opportunity for us again. The same aspiration to work together. The company, Cruise Planners, is all women's-owned company. Like you said, they have a big place for military and first responders, and that's very important to us. So after further investigation upon it and pondering it and so on and so forth, I bring that to my wife, and she looked at it too, and I left for a week and I came back and she was on board, and so we moved forward with it.
So did you giggle a little too later, like Sonee did, or you were all in?
Oh, well, I was the one who found it at
Yes.
first, so I think she was the one who was like, no, it's not happening, and then so later she kind of turned around a little bit.
No, I was definitely not on board at first. But being the analytical part of me, after taking 3 or 4 days and doing some research on the company itself, the history and the background of the company, and then just knowing what our end aspiration was, because this truly is a retirement investment for us. You mentioned planning for a family of 5. I can appreciate those struggles. We have 5 children, and trying to coordinate all of that is definitely extremely frustrating. So like Sonee, I kind of love the backside of it. Cliff definitely is much better at the front being out, I think. And I like the putting the pieces together and knowing that I'm getting a family or even a couple that hasn't been away for a while that really needed relieved break that they might need.
And a more fun break on their adventures instead of stressful.
Exactly.
So what do you find folks really love about what you offer? What are your favorite stories, or anything in particular stand out?
For us, I think that they really enjoy not having to do it all. Like, they can just say, I want to go here, and here's my budget, and here's what I like to do. And then I'll go research, and I'll give them like 2 or 3 choices, and then they can say, I like this or I don't like that. But they don't have to look all over the internet for what they want. Say they want a cruise. If you want a cruise, you're going to go to Royal Caribbean's website, Norwegian's website, and Carnival's website.
Check every single
one. And well, we can just look at all. You just tell us a date. I can look on that date and see who's sailing when and where. And so for us to look up a cruise is so much easier than someone going to every single website and comparing prices and then not understanding room categories and what's included and who's having a promotion and which one's going to be, most budget friendly that fits what they want to do and bring them the best value for what they want to spend. So for us to do all that work and kind of relieve that pressure off of somebody, it has actually negated some fights that people have had in the houses. Like I heard this one couple, like she's researching 3 and he's researching 3. They're yelling at each other back and forth, so,
Yeah.
It kind of relieves that. And especially for large families that go or
Exactly.
something like that. It's easier if there's somebody on the outside that's helping them plan, so they don't have the family arguments about like who's really doing
Right.
it. And
Yes.
so and so doesn't like this, and so doesn't like that, and so we can actually, even though it's a group, tailor make it so that he still gets what he wants and she still gets what she wants, but they all still get to go together.
But we're not family counselors.
No,
Aw.
we draw the line.
Yeah.
We'll send you. Find your own counselor.
Yes, kind of. Yes. So to switch a little bit, you had moved originally to Johnstown first. How long have you guys been here?
Oh goodness, 6 years.
2014.
So, yeah.
6 years.
And where are
months
you
this year.
originally from, other than all over?
Oh, she's a native.
Well, I'm a Colorado
Okay,
native. I grew up in
wonderful.
Fort Collins.
We don't see many of you
I
anymore.
No, I
know.
know she's elusive.
And we met when we both lived down in Denver. And then we moved up to Central City for a little bit, and then we moved
Okay.
back down here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what brought you out to this area in particular?
Mostly because I grew up here.
Yeah.
I grew up in Fort Collins, so I like this area of the state.
She didn't like driving 45 minutes to a store.
Right. Yes.
And
From
I didn't mind.
yeah.
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 I understand that. That's
Yeah.
my husband and I. You sure I can't call you for counseling?
Yeah. No, we're
Yeah.
good. We're
Okay.
good.
All right. Just kidding.
Yeah.
So what about you guys? How long have you been here, and where are you originally from?
So I'm a native also. So 2 in 1
Okay.
room.
Well, there you go. Yes, 3 technically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Not as elusive as I thought.
So
Quick, close the door.
we moved back to Colorado in 2010. We lived in Westminster for a short stint and understood that we did not appreciate a big city life, so to say. We love being close to the city, but we just don't want to live in it. So we actually tried to move to Johnstown and Milliken in 2011. There was no places available when we were looking. We spent a couple months trying to find a place.
You should have called me.
And
Right?
so we
Darn
ended
it.
up,
It was tough then, yeah.
we ended up moving to Longmont.
Longmont.
And so like we said, we have 5 children, and we promised them that, okay, once we moved from Washington State to here, we'd settle down and you'd finish school. So we got them into Longmont school system, and we left them there, so they all graduated out of Longmont before we moved. When we moved, we came back. Well, I take that back. Our daughter had 1 year left. She was in her senior year when we moved here, but we made sure that she got there every day to graduate from Longmont. And so then we moved here in
2012?
20. No, not in.
No, sorry. 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Whatever 2 years ago was.
18?
18 something. What
Yeah,
year are we
There's
in
a reason we're not accountants.
2020. We got it.
So we moved here in 2020.
Wonderful. And so what brought you folks out here to a little bit more of the rural?
I'm originally from Washington State,
Yeah.
in a small town called Vancouver, across the river from Portland. So that is not Canada. I am not Canadian. Really, I'm a U.S. citizen.
Hey.
And right, and the size of the town that I grew up in is relatively close to the size of what's up here, so it just made me feel more comfortable. Like you said, I'm not for being in a big city. I like being close, but definitely
But not
did
in the
not
middle.
enjoy being in the middle of it.
Yes.
Yeah. And I've grown up from big cities to having a dirt floor. So I could pretty much live anywhere.
Yeah.
And so wherever she was going to be happy, I was pretty much going to be all right.
Yeah.
So, and, yeah. And the thing about having all 4 of us, or having the 2 businesses in the same town, some people would look at that and go, oh, goodness, what's that going to mean? It's going to mean greater opportunity.
More options.
Yeah, and more options and teamwork. Because what will happen is, if we go on vacation, our clients, are not going to have to worry about, oh goodness, what's going to happen. They're going to have a great team sitting over here that's going to be able to fill in for us, and vice versa. If they go on vacation, their clients are going to have to worry about anything. They're going to have a great team sitting over here that's going to be able to help their clients if something were to happen, and they can go on vacation and enjoy it.
And we will be going on vacation.
Yes. Yes. Because that is one of the great things about owning a travel agency.
You get to travel.
Get to travel. So that's one of the great advantages of having teamwork within a 25-year-old franchise. So this is a 25-year-old company. That's one of the things that I want to make sure. I don't know if I stressed that earlier. Is when we researched it, we researched a 25-year-old company, and we both bought franchises from 25-year-old company. So
they're very established, and they have a good platform and
very good
And
relationships.
Yeah.
Very well established within the travel industry, and number one out of the top 5 in the 500 franchisees. Especially for military, looking for franchises. So super well established, and I just want to make that real clear because people I've had that people have asked me that question. Oh, there's somebody else running around with a cruise planner sign on their truck. I've seen your truck. I'm like, it's not mine, but there's another couple in the town that they're just awesome. And it has to be very clear when people see this.
Yes. That you all work together as a team and be able to help each other out when you need, and that's wonderful.
Right.
Exactly.
So you had also mentioned off camera, actually, that something that is helpful for folks maybe with disabilities. You have a little bit more of means to help with that as well.
Right. Well, one of the things is I think you're special needs certified as well, right?
Working on it.
You're working on it.
Almost there.
So we're special needs certified, and they're working on a special needs certification. And so we're special needs certified, and, well, you can't see it on camera, but I have a fake leg, so I'm a one-legged man in a two-legged world. And so I have a unique perspective in traveling that some people don't see, like getting on and off an airplane. If I'm in my wheelchair, how do you get on and off an airplane? Most people don't think about something like that. You go to get in a hotel room. What do you need to get? The regular tub just doesn't work because most people don't want to sit in a tub. And so certain things when you travel need to do that, vehicles, getting around places, but I still do it. I mean, we went to New York and enjoyed the Norwegian Encore, and I tooled all over New York in my wheelchair, right before Thanksgiving. I mean, I was jumping curbs and all kinds of, literally, I was jumping curbs. And I'm not all there sometimes, but we have a unique perspective on that. But we also have the training for that, and that's one of the things that's really encouraged within our company is train. I mean, if you could see my email inbox, with daily, there's something for training. It's insane. You guys see it all the time. It's
all the time.
Seriously, there's another thing you want me to take? Like my brain can't take this anymore. But
it helps you kind of stay on top of what's going on and anything new. And
anything new. And our business development managers for each of the cruise lines, we have access to all of them. They're on top of it. And for the land vendors as well. I just spoke to our Sandals and Beaches representative yesterday about something that I needed, and at the same time was talking to him about Cliff and Crystal, because we're teaming up on some other stuff that they were already involved in, and they asked if we could come and help, if I would like to come help with them, and I'm like, yeah. And our business development manager said, you know what, I'm going to be there with you guys on that. I'm like, good, because we're going to need you, because it's going to be busy. And he loves to talk to people, kind of like me and Cliff. We like to talk to people, so it's going to be really good. But that makes a great relationship, And so that's what this business is about. It's not about customers, because this is a coffee shop. You run through customers and clients. But this is about clients and building relationships.
Getting to know them, and what they love,
right.
and
And you asked a question about stories, or one of the favorite things. And one of those is a gentleman that from one of my men's groups older gentleman. His wife passed away, and he was talking to me about some travel, and his wife had a bucket list. And we were talking, and I'm like, well, why don't you travel and finish your wife's bucket list? And he's like, no. I'm like, what better thing could you do for your wife in her memory? They were married 55 years, 56 years before she passed away. I mean, they were connected, and they would travel a lot together. So he's already taken three trips.
He has his fourth
He's got his
one
fourth one planned of trips that were on her bucket list.
Oh,
Like
wow.
one of them, while he was traveling somewhere else, she walked the Rhine. And so he's going to, he can't walk the Rhine now, but he's going to do a Rhine River cruise to do part of the list because he never got to go back and walk that with her. So we're helping him plan it most effectively and most, economically in order for him to complete this list with it.
That's wonderful.
In her
That's amazing.
memory.
Yes.
And so it's not about the money or anything like that. It's about what's your heart, man. So those are the stories that I want to hear, and what can you do to help that person? What can you do to help them get where they want to be in their life?
That's wonderful. Yeah.
And that's what's important. And that's one of the reasons I got into the business. Not just, I said, when I help people travel, I want to help them travel through their heart.
Not just get there and back.
Yeah, I can get anywhere there and back safely. I mean, I've done it. I did it for years. But what am I going to do to get them there and back safely and to touch their heart and to touch someone else's heart maybe along the way, and maybe touch the planet some in some eco-friendly travel, and do that wisely and the most economically efficient.
Absolutely. Yes. So for this to be kind of an adventure into semi-retirement, what would you tell the younger generation on either starting into the workforce or just growing up in this world? What would your advice be? Anyone?
Well, I have a favorite quote, and it's kind of what they talked about, and so I'll just put it out there. It's from Kay Lyons, and it says, "Yesterday was a canceled check, tomorrow is a promissory note, and today's the only cash you have, so spend it wisely." So kind of meaning that, tomorrow's not promised, so live life to its fullest and take risk. The one who never jumped never flew. So.
Absolutely.
I like that.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Yes, that's beautiful.
I like that one.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No.
Okay.
That's good. That's good. No, I have a Lulu Moore one that's on the bottom of my emails. And it talks about all too often I hear about the miles that men rode, but never about what they seen along the miles that they rode. And basically, life passes you by.
But it's important what was during that moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just important about what you've seen along that ride.
Absolutely.
And so, I pass those miles a lot in my life. It's that hash mark between those dates.
The dash.
That little dash.
Yes.
Little
Yes,
dash
I love
mark.
that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, wonderful. Well, we'll have the article down below as well. So if you have questions for this team, either team, and their websites will be listed as well, so you can reach out to them with anything that you need. And I will be too, by the way. So, but thank you all, first of all, for your service and your time today. And definitely reach out for any questions that you have. So.
Nobody wants it.
So we wanted to chat just a little bit more about kind of the whole spectrum of some of the things that you can do for families. It can be multi-generational. What else do you
Yeah.
have to focus on?
So right now, travel, big thing across travel is the multi-generational family travel. So anything that is going to keep the grandparents happy, but still keep the kids and the grandkids all entertained at the same time. So one thing that the travel industry has done is make trips more accessible to all generations of families so that they can travel together and enjoy every spectrum of the trip, so they can enjoy time together but also enjoy time separately doing the things that they want to do, making the most out of the entire vacation.
Absolutely. Yes.
Huh.
What about families that maybe have an autistic child? Do some of are there particular cruise lines or vacations that kind of cater to that, or do you see a lot of ability kind of all across the board?
Okay, I'll take over that one. There are actually autism certifications for the travel industry. So there's an autism certification for travel agents, and then there's an autism certification for cruises and tour guides and stuff like that. So I think almost all cruise lines have some kind of autism program where they are certified. They have specific people in the like the program, the kids program,
Yeah.
that specially like look after or take care of children that have autism, and that way the families can get away and they can do their thing, and then their kids are well taken care of by people who understand autism and how it works and stuff like that. Even like with Sandals and Beaches is for families, and so they are also autism certified. So if you go to any Beaches resort, they have specific programs that are catered to children with autism. Plus they have Sesame Street. So I don't watch it anymore, but the character
Sesame Street.
The character that has autism on Sesame Street is actually there.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. And another cool thing about Beaches, totally off the autism thing though, is you can have nightly tuck-ins so that somebody, one of the Sesame Street characters, except for Big Bird and who's in the trash can?
Oscar.
Those are the only two that don't fit through the door.
Oh.
But everybody else
Does tuck-in.
yes, they come and they read a story to your kid before they go to bed, and the number one requested is the count.
Yes, that's so
I think
fun.
it would be Elmo.
No,
I know,
count.
darn, it's the count.
Because he's nighttime.
Oh,
Yes,
he can
I
count.
want to count your
Yes.
numbers.
Oh, I see.
I love it.
Gonna count the sheep.
Yeah.
To sleep.
I love it. And again, we're going to be discussing this with my kiddos. So.
And they are Beaches and Saddle certified.
Wonderful. So what about destination weddings? I'm sure you get that question all the time. Is that something that you're going to maybe jump in the near future?
Yes, that is something that that is something that I do want to do, and working with brides and their families and helping them make the most of their special day, because ideally you get one shot and one shot only, and then that's going to be the person for the rest of your life, and so that day is really super important, and I would love to be a part of any bride's special day so that it takes some of that stress away, not only from the bride, because nowadays most couples are now trying to plan their own wedding, their own honeymoons, their own everything, and so what I would love to be able to do is just maybe take some of that away from the bride and be able to help put that together for them so that it's not nearly as stressful.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
And so that will be their special,
Yes.
one of their specialties. Whereas we specialize in like special needs travel, eco-friendly travel, eco-immersive travel, where people go and actually like maybe even stay with families and like get to know like parts of countries that people don't normally tour or tourists to and stuff like that.
Back road travel.
Yeah.
Where you get dirty.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we'll do honeymoons, but if you want weddings,
There you go.
contact Crystal.
And if you need to do a divorce moon, No,
Yeah,
just kidding.
Why'd you play?
Just kidding.
You said
Yeah.
you'd counsel us.
Baby
No.
moon.
So we want to
Baby
do.
moon.
Oh yeah, baby moon. That's what I meant. I meant baby moon.
So we not
It
only
just
want to do
slipped.
We do like
that.
girlfriend
Just
getaways.
like-
Like great groups are like girlfriend
Exactly.
getaways.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like beaches or sandals.
Sandals
has, like,
does
and,
a
Sandals
great
is a-
one.
and so does
There's one-
Secrets.
Secrets.
Secrets Resorts does
What's the
also.
other one?
Quiet.
Charisma.
Charisma.
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking of.
Charisma.
Yeah,
Charisma has a
Charisma.
good one.
They do gourmet. Charisma's
Gourmet inclusive.
Charisma is gourmet.
Yeah.
inclusive,
Gourmet
though.
inclusive. Yeah.
That's what you want when you get married. You want gourmet. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's the last time you're getting it.
Okay, so now the counseling begins. Sorry, we have to go. No.
So the two things that we're truly going to focus on is that, and then the other thing that we've really talked about is how to get families to travel together, because the family that travels together stays together, and being able to make travel budget friendly, so that families don't feel like they're stuck and can't enjoy things, is what we would like to do. We want to show them how they can include everybody and get out there and see some of these places and see this
And not
great
just
world.
immediate family, grandparents,
Aunts, uncles, everybody. Yes.
It's totally possible, and that's one of the biggest things that people all the time and they tell all of us, and we hear that. We all go to shows, we all run into people and are like, I can't afford to do it. It's like, really?
Actually, you'd be surprised.
You'd be totally surprised. And have you ever
Absolutely.
actually sat down and spoken with somebody about how easy it really is to do?
Well, and what's
on a
nice is
budget.
you can plan it. You can plan it so far in advance. Most of these itineraries and stuff that we can put together for you are 18 to 24 months in advance, and usually
of
you can
time
reserve
to-
these with small down payments that are very friendly to anybody's budget, and then really you have that time now. So you give up. Sorry to say, that cup of coffee. Maybe 1 day or 2 days a week, and you can literally do your vacation 18 to 24 months in advance by simply giving up your cup of coffee.
That's awesome.
1 to 2 days a week,
Yes.
and be able to take your family on a lifetime experience that I assure you they'll never forget.
Your fancy cup of coffee. This
Yeah.
is just black.
Right? So is
That's
mine.
right.
Black, no
Mine's
cream.
fancy.
Mine's fancy.
Black, no cream, no
The
sugar,
natives.
all the
We're
way
going
up.
with the
Right.
fancy.
Black coffee, no sugar.
No sugar, no cream.
I gave
The
up my
non-natives.
coffee, so I can call you,
Go on
right?
vacation. Absolutely, yes, ma'am.
Yep, she can travel.
I'm ready.
It's hilarious.
Well,
Comic relief.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you also, Michelle,
Oh.
for your organization and putting this all together and helping us come together in front of the community. Your efforts and organization is greatly appreciated.
Well,
thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. I'm just glad to pull you guys out so everybody can get to know your faces better and, the kind of take out the misconceptions of what you do. So thank you for your time and again for all your service.
You're welcome. This is not the
for
face
this
of the
country.
post office.
So but thank you so much. On
Very
behalf of Western Plains Realty and Park Bench for the Johnstown Milliken area, here's to a stronger community.